order comes in at 2:12 every morning, printed from a machine no one touches after midnight, for an address that stopped existing in 1997. I told myself a fax could glitch, a database could hold a deadline. Then I drove the loaf out there myself. The lot was empty. The porch light was on anyway, glowing over a foundation and nothing else. When I set the bread down, the paper bag was warm again by the time I reached my car. For the record, my name is Kayla Ruiz, night baker, Colfax Bakehouse, Register 4, 11 Fenmore Street. This report concerns a standing delivery order tied to account number 12, address on file, 114 Ashgrove Lane. Every night at 2:12, before the second proof finishes, a ticket prints itself off the terminal. Nobody touches that terminal after midnight. 1 loaf, dark rye, crust scored twice. Payment is $4.75, exact change, folded under the register drawer each morning. I never see who leaves it. I've worked this shift 11 months. The order predates me. My manager says it predates the register software, and that software is 3 years old. That's the note for corporate. Here's the one I'm adding by hand, the one they'll probably strike from the file. I looked up 114 Ashgrove Lane last week, out of boredom, nothing more. County records show the parcel's been vacant since 1997. There is no building at that address. There hasn't been in 26 years. I flagged the discrepancy to my supervisor, Deacon Marsh. Official log shows his response. Keep filling the order. The account's paid in full. It predates his tenure. Off the record, Deacon laughed when he said it, the kind of laugh that means don't ask twice. So I drove past the lot myself. Weeds to the knee. A chain link fence sagging at one corner. Under the growth, the foundation's still there, a rectangle of cracked concrete, a porch step leading up to nothing. The county fire marshal's digitized archive lists a structure fire at that address, November 3rd, 1997. Cause: an unattended oven left burning overnight in a home kitchen. 3 fatalities, the Wexler family, ages 41, 39, and 6. The intake photo shows a loaf pan propped on the windowsill to cool. You can still make out its shape in the char, a pale oval where the smoke didn't reach. The delivery driver on this route is Marcus Ruiz. 6 years with the company. Not a nervous man by any account I've seen. His delivery log for account 12 reads the same every entry. Dropped at curb. No signature required. What he told me in the break room didn't make it into any log. He said the porch light comes on when he's still 2 blocks out, and there's no porch. He said he leaves the bag on the step outline in the concrete because that's where it always goes, some instinct nobody trained into him. He said the bag is gone by the time he pulls back onto Ashgrove, and he has never once seen it happen, and he has never once waited around to try. Ruiz put in his 2 weeks on a Tuesday. He was gone by Thursday. His last note in the driver log, timestamped 2:19 a.m., reads only, "Let it go cold tonight, see what happens." He didn't wait to find out. I found his uniform shirt folded on the loading dock the next morning, keys on top of it, no goodbye. Deacon assigned the route to whoever clocks in earliest, which meant me. I told myself I was covering a shift. That's true, and it's also not the whole reason. I wanted to see the light come on for myself, up close, without a windshield between us. Corporate doesn't file reports about deliveries that happen. They file reports about deliveries that stop. I didn't want my name on that kind of report. 2:12 a.m. I drove the loaf out myself, still warm from the oven, bag folded twice at the top the way the order sheet specifies, though nobody has ever specified who wrote that sheet. Ashgrove Lane at that hour is nothing but sodium streetlights and a row of duplexes with their blinds shut. The lot sat between them exactly like the assessor photo: weeds, sagging fence, the pale rectangle of the old foundation catching what light there was. I parked at the curb the way the log says to. I got out. The porch step outline was right where Ruiz described it, a raised lip of concrete going nowhere. And as I crossed the weeds toward it, a light came on above me. There is no porch. There is no fixture. There was, without question, a light. I set the bag down on the step outline because my hands did it before my head could argue. Standing there, I heard, very clearly, a screen door open on a spring hinge that needed oil. There is no screen door on that lot. There is no frame for one. I did not turn around fast enough to see anything, and I want that on the record exactly as I'm saying it. Not that I saw nothing, but that I chose not to look. I walked back to my car at a pace I'm not proud of. When I checked my mirror at the stop sign, the bag was gone from the step. When I got back to the bakery and unlocked my own car with a spare loaf I'd baked for myself, still bagged on the passenger seat, it was warm. It had been sitting in that car, engine off, for 11 minutes. Back at the bakery, I pulled every ticket for account 12 I could find in the archive, going back as far as the system allows, which is 11 years. Every single ticket, one loaf, dark rye, scored twice, $4.75. I called the franchise office in the morning and asked how long account 12 had existed before Colfax Bakehouse opened at this location. The woman on the line put me on hold for 11 minutes, came back and said the account transferred from a bakery called Wexler's Hearth, which operated at this same storefront until it closed in November of 1997. Same month as the fire. Same family name. She said the order had simply never been canceled, and nobody, in 26 years, had thought to ask why a dead account kept auto-renewing a delivery to an address with no house on it. I asked who originally placed the order. She read it back to me. The name field says, "The Wexlers standing until further notice. Tonight the ticket printed at 2:12, same as always, dark rye, crust scored twice." Underneath it, a second line I have never seen before, in the same dot matrix font as the rest, quantity 4. No note, no explanation, nothing else on the ticket at all. I am filling out this incident report instead of baking, because I need someone besides Deacon to have this on file before 212 comes around again. I keep thinking about the fire marshal's number. 3 fatalities, ages 41, 39, and 6. 3. The order has asked for 1 loaf every night for 26 years. Tonight, it's asking for 4. I don't know who the 4th loaf is for. I have 20 minutes to decide whether I'm going to bake it anyway. Subscribe if you want to know whether I did.